To-do lists. How to make the most out of them. We all do them, we all use them, and sometimes it's not just as simple as crossing off items, because some have high priority, some aren't as important, some really don't need to be on there. But how do we make the most out of our to-do lists? Enough waffle, let's jump into it. Why do we love to-do lists so much? That's where we're going to start. Recently, or a while ago, I'm not sure, so I just contradicted myself, there was an article by The Guardian where they interviewed this doctor called David Cohen. I think I've said his name right. And he's a psychologist or something. And they were talking to him about, why do we love to-do lists so much? Like, why is everyone obsessed with them? Why does everyone do them? And it breaks down into 3 key areas. They help dampen our anxiety, they help structure and plan our days, and they help with a sense of achievement and accomplishment. So when I was researching this, I came across this article, and what I actually found was my main 3 areas of what I do differently, or what I do different with my to-do list, actually link perfectly into that. So I was like, right, this is the perfect structure for the video. We're going to break down each point. So yeah, the first point that we're going to go into is, when do we do the to-do list? I do my to-do list at the end of the day, the night before. It's the last thing I do at the end of the day. The reason why: it helps me sleep, it helps me clear my mind, it helps me switch off, it helps me with dampening that anxiety and the chaos of the world that's around us. It helps me know that I've got control. The best time to do your to-do list is definitely at the end of the day, because not only do you get that peace of mind for the evening, relaxing, not worrying about what you're doing as soon as you get to work the next morning, it really helps switch off. It's that end point of your day. So do it at the end of the day. So not only does it help you get to sleep better, trust me, my sleep has been so much better after doing this. It's such a simple switch that really helps me switch off. Like, we're not at work now, so I know what I'm doing as soon as I sit down at my desk the next morning. So it helps me with my morning routine. While I'm getting up in the morning, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing as soon as I get to sit down at my desk. So while I'm making my coffee, I'm thinking about that one task. Doing it the night before links into how it helps dampen our anxiety, as Dr. Cohen said. It really helps sort of clear the mind. I can almost feel it coming out of my head onto the paper. So that's one of the key things, is doing it the night before. It really helps clear your mind. It really helps get you set up for the next day. It really helps control that anxiety of not knowing what you're doing when you sit down at a desk. I used to find I'd sit down at my desk first thing in the morning and be like, right, what the hell am I going to do? And I'd sit there for 20 minutes trying to work out what I didn't do yesterday and what I need to get done today and what projects I have going on. Doing it the night before, you're still in work mode, you know what you've got done that day. It really just helps me get it out of my head, clear my head for the evening, and get to relax more, get to de-stress, helps calm my anxiety, and helps me get into the day. And then what I do, I used to sit at the desk and just sit there and stare at a blank piece of paper for 20 minutes, not knowing what to write, not knowing what to do. But by doing it the night before, I can sit down at my desk and I can get on with something straight away. I already know what I'm going to be doing. My to-do list is done in order of priority. I can't do task 2 until I've done the first task. I can't do task 3 until I've done task 2. I have to do everything before the task that I want to do on the list. This really helps with the structure of my day. So this is linking back to what Dr. Cohen said in the article on The Guardian, is it helps us with structure and like almost control of the day. So the to-do list is in order of priority, and that is just the structure of my day. I have a few tasks that I do daily. It's sending a certain amount of messages to people, posting on my different social platforms. Those are the tasks that I know I have to do daily. So they get done in the afternoon. So they'll be task 3 or 4 on the list. I have my high intensity tasks at the top of the list because I know they're going to take the longest and the most brain power, and I know I'm most productive in the mornings. The tasks that don't take as much brain power, they're towards the bottom of the list or lower priority, definitely towards the end of the list. And that's all the structure that I need for the day. If you know time blocking works for you, when you're doing your to-do list at the end of the day, you can almost have your hours of the day written out. So you can write in your to-do list in order in those time blocks. If time blocking works for you, that's a way that you can do it. But for me, time blocking doesn't work. I like to just have a simple list on pen and paper, and that's it. And it's just the tasks that I need to get done that day. Using pen and paper is more crucial than I realised. I can almost feel everything coming out of my head, coming down through my arm and into the pen while I'm writing. It really just clears my mind, it helps me plan. And while I'm doing this, I'm thinking about the next day. While I'm planning my to-do list, I know what I need to get done. It really helps just structure that day and clear my mind ready for the next day. When you just spend 20 minutes, half an hour planning your to-do list, it really helps structure your day so that you know what you do. There's no decision making in deciding what you need to get done. You know in your head the order of priority, so write it down in that order, and that's what I do. I write down in order of priority what tasks I need to get done. I also have a range of regularly occurring tasks. Tasks that occur weekly, tasks that occur monthly, tasks that occur daily. Daily I'm posting on different social platforms, but the content's already planned. I'm sending messages to new people daily. I have a certain number that I want to hit each day because I want to build a community. And weekly I review my data and my sort of engagement on my content. And then monthly, I sit down and I have a review of my big projects that I have going on. So when I know these are coming up, they come into the to-do list and they really help structure the day. So normally I have about 2 or 3 tasks on my to-do list that I do daily. And then one of the tasks is the task that I do weekly, and the weekly project like my YouTube videos, they're one of those tasks each day. I work on a video for a couple of hours each day. In my head, I almost have this structure of the day, but linking back to what Dr. Cohn says, this is why we love the to-do list, because it helps us plan our day. It helps us feel like we have a structure. It helps us have control, and it helps us plan our days to get the most out of them. That is why us as humans are in love with productivity and to-do lists. Almost just helps give you that structure that you need to the day. You always know you've had a good day when you look back on your to-do list and you see all the items ticked off. It's quite sad, but I find it's one of like the best feelings. You just feel really accomplished, like you've made the most out of the day and that nothing can stop you. Like you dealt with all the day's problems and you still managed to get all the tasks done. This links into the third point that Dr. Cohen's talking about. Is that it helps us with a sense of accomplishment. So by doing our to-do list and by checking the items off, we often find that we get a little boost, a little rush of like motivation. What you need to do is keep your to-do list nice and short. Start off with 3 to 5 tasks. That doesn't sound like a lot for a day, but honestly, if you have your to-do list of 10, 12 tasks, I guarantee you probably only get about 6 or 7 done. So to help with this feeling of accomplishment that we love to have, and this is why we love to-do lists, I've worked out what my optimum number of tasks to do are each day and how long they take me to do, and I find that 3 to 5 tasks is the perfect number. The chances are you're going to get those tasks done, and that really helps with that feeling of accomplishment that we all crave and love. So that's why I keep the to-do list nice and short. You should really try and just have 3 to 5 tasks on your list per day to ensure that you get that feeling of accomplishment. But also by doing your to-do list at the end of the day, you also shift that feeling of accomplishment onto the next day, because when you're looking at your to-do list that you're doing for the next day, you've got your tasks there for the day that you've just done. You almost get this sort of rush of motivation to help carry over to the next day, knowing that yes, I've got all those tasks done, so I can do this. This is my list of stuff that I will get done tomorrow. So by keeping the list nice and short, nice and focused as well, it really helps you with getting them done. It really keeps you staying on track, and it's just the best feeling when you get all the tasks done and you're ready to go for the next day. That's one of the big things that I love about to-do lists, and keeping it nice and short really helps that feeling of like accomplishment and getting stuff done. By keeping the list nice and short, you also ensure that you don't get too overwhelmed. Have you ever looked at your to-do list and gone, oh my God, there's so much to do, and you almost just freeze? You just don't know what to do. I found that happened a lot with me. I was just writing stuff on as it came into my head. I actually have like a big master Notion to-do list where I write in all my action points from meetings, from client discovery calls, and then I bring it down onto my piece of paper. So while I'm planning my to-do list for the next day, I'm just reading through that to-do list on the screen and what stuff is like time bound, what stuff needs to get done. But by keeping it nice and short and only having 3 or 4 tasks per day, it really helps you like stay focused and not get overwhelmed and not worry about not getting them done, because you know that you've got the perfect amount of tasks on your list that you can get done that day. It helps de-stress, it helps you stay focused because you're focused on getting those done that day. If you've got like 8 or 9 things, you know you're not going to get those all done in the day, so it almost hinders you and you think, oh, okay, right, I can push that back to tomorrow, and you don't get them done. By keeping the tasks nice and short, you know you have to get them done that day, because tomorrow there's a new set of tasks coming. You separate it out day by day. Looking back on that to-do list and seeing everything you've done, that feeling is just so satisfying, and it really helps with that feeling of accomplishment. So that's why we like to keep our to-do lists nice and short. I don't just create these videos because I enjoy the topics. I put quite a lot of time and effort into making the most out of my to-do list and testing different tactics on what works for me. But when I was researching for this video, I found the interview and the article that Dr. David Cohen did with The Guardian. So, and it was quite cool to find like the 3 key areas that he talks about with the anxiety, with the structure, and with the feelings of accomplishment. I almost then applied that to what I've done. I found that the key areas that I've sort of done differently are linking back into that. So it's really quite cool to see how someone else that's done this and then applying it to what I do. So that was one of the really cool things about filming like this video and doing the research and planning stuff. What we got to take away from this is build your habits around these 3 points. How can you sort of help your anxiety, calm your mind? You do the to-do list the night before. How do you help with the structure and the planning? You have it in order of priority. That helps you plan and structure your days. How can you help with the feeling of accomplishment and getting stuff done? By keeping your list nice and short, you know that you're going to get that stuff done, so you can stick to it and you can keep powering through, and that really helps with that feeling of accomplishment, and it's really, really satisfying. I just want to say, guys, thanks for staying here, watching this video. I really enjoyed making this one, so I'd really appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe, share this video, turn notifications on. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Sweet.